Alrighty, so here we are with electron configuration. So how do we do this? Well, first, one thing that you should already know is if you look right here, oxygen, and this is asking for the number of electrons. Look at the periodic table, and as you see there, it is 8 electrons. So go ahead and we'll write that down. So whatever, that's pretty simple, right? So once you see that we got 8 electrons, you may be wondering, well, how do you do the electron configuration? Well, as if you look at this chart here, it goes from that 1s down below. So you have to start at the lowest power. So you go from that yellow down below, so 1s. And the way it works is, so you write down 1s. In that little circle, you can only fit 2 in each box. So for the first one, it's 1s2, meaning that you can only fit a maximum of 2 electrons in there, but they're 8. So you have to fill in 2 for that. And then meaning you have to go to the next lowest value. And if you see there, the next one up, this chart does a perfect way of doing it. You see it's 2s in the orange. And you always have to go back to the s before you can go back right for, you can never go right unless you hit the s. So if you look there, we hit 2s. But look, it's also just one circle. You can only fit 2, so you have to put another 2 in. That means you get to 4, but we still have 4 more electrons that we're missing. So how are we going to do that? Well, the next lowest one, as we see, is 2p. So for that one, though, there are 3 circles. So how does that work? Well, one of the ways that that's going to work is we're going to be able to actually put in 2 in each circle, except for they don't like being buddies, so we have to spread them out into each circle before we're filling it in. Now for this one, it's 4, meaning that on screen for the 2p, if you look here, it would be this circle, this circle, this circle. You have to go 1 arrow, 1 arrow, 1 arrow, but that's only 3. And as you see, we need 4 electrons left. Instead of just skipping over this, we're going to go to the one as far to the left as we can, and then we start filling in. And it'd be so on. For example, if I had to fill in 5, I'd fill in that one. Even for all 6, I could fill in all 6. So as you see here, we're going to count how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So that means for 2p, we have 4. And that's the configuration for those electrons. There now, let's move on to a little bit more of a complicated one. So right here, we're going to move on to potassium. If you look where potassium is on the periodic table, you're going to see that it's 19. So number of electrons is going to be 19. So there we are with problem 19. And you may be wondering, well, how are we going to do this one because it's such a large number? Well, it's literally just the same exact thing. It's not any harder. Well, at least it's not too much harder. So here we are. So we have 19. So one of the things that I'm going to quickly do is as we go through, I'm going to subtract. So I'm going to start off here with 19. So of course, as we can kind of just see from up here in that one little yellow box on the bottom, 1s2. In fact, I'm probably going to move this over real quick just so I don't run out of space and so you can still see it. So we start off with 1s2. And then, so that takes us down to 17. Then we have 2s, which also fits 2. That brings us down to 15. And then we look, 2p finally, we get to fill it in as seen. So 1, gotta separate them, and then down, down, down. Meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Meaning we now have 6 of these. So 2p6. Now at this point, we have only 9 to go. Let me make sure. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Now, okay, I'm going to start writing a little small. Move to the next lowest, which as you can see is 3s. And 3s we can fit 2 into. So that 9 becomes a 7. And then we go to the right, and we see it's 3p. Hold up, folks. And as we see, 3p can fit 6, just like this one, which brings us down to having only one more left. We get down to 1. We go to the next one, which is 4s2. Or 1, sorry. So for that one, you'd also still just only separate it. So finally, for potassium, you get 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s1. That's going to be your final answer. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.